So we're here to talk about the Duke's barbecue controversy. Could you please start by just giving me a general overview of your experience with Duke's barbecue and the owner, Christian Judy?
I can vividly actually remember when I went to apply for that job. I went in person, and within an hour of me leaving from turning in my application, Christian Judy sent me a friend request on Facebook. Um, I did accept it. Um, and then shortly, within less than a week, I'd say, got a phone call saying that I got the job. Um, After being hired, he added me on Snapchat. Um, I don't specifically remember him adding me anywhere else, but if there was somewhere he could add me, he tried to add me. Um, at first, I didn't really think anything of it. I was just thinking, okay, he's my boss. He's just trying to see what kind of person I am outside of work. Um, my character, I don't know. Um, it wasn't until he would start sending these Snapchats late at night. It'd be maybe 10, 11 o'clock, just saying, oh, what are you up to? Or, he would want to discuss something that happened at work, you know, checking up on me or I don't know. Um, Sorry. And so it seems like he just slowly tried seeing what boundaries he could cross with me. And I naively allowed him to cross a lot of boundaries. And I mean, I was an adult, and so I worry for others. And so back to me and my experience. I'm sorry, I just need a second.
Take your time.
I'm trying to remember those details in order, and so it's just bringing a lot up. Uh, it got to the point that he did um, get to the topic one night of me needing money and how I could borrow it from him. He could loan me that money. And I explained that I was basically living paycheck to paycheck and I didn't really have the funds to pay somebody back over time. And um, then that's whenever I received a Snapchat picture of his private area saying that I could help him with that in return. Um, Aside from that, I mean, there's little things. I mean, and that's what's so crazy is that in the moment you don't think of these things. You think nothing of it, or you dismiss it as, oh, that was an accident. They didn't mean that. But how many times did I dismiss the behavior is uncalled for? The way that he would accidentally bump into me and touch me inappropriately, the way that he would make sly comments to, I mean, they were just inappropriate. Um, and then it got to the point that I worked there in the old building. So if anybody's familiar with the old building, they know the back dining room area. And there where that trash can was in front of the door to go outside that they kept shut and locked. In that back corner is a small office that absolutely never gets used. In the whole year that I worked there, I maybe saw somebody go in there twice. It seems more like a storage room. It's not a room that gets used. I was wiping the tables down, and he went into that room and he called me in there. And I come around the corner and he's just standing there with himself exposed. And he was touching himself and asking me to help him with that. I absolutely froze. I didn't know what to do. Even to this day, I don't know what I would do if it happened again to me. I told him, I said, Christian, I said, I don't know why you're doing this. I said, this is not okay. I said, you need to stop right now. Somebody's going to walk around that corner. I said, this is inappropriate. I said, I have tables I need to clean. I'm here to do my job. I'm going to go do my job now. And so I walked away and I continued wiping the tables. Now, within 20 minutes of this, he then goes into the bathrooms, and we have been dealing with there was hand dryers in the bathrooms, and they were causing nasty residue on the walls. And recently, we've been told that we weren't cleaning it well enough. So, in my naive mind, when he's calling me into that bathroom, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna try to find some reason to show me I'm not doing something. All right, I walk in there, I'm thinking I'm gonna see that I've missed a spot of some residue on the walls. I walk in and I walk into the bathroom, and he has himself exposed again and touching himself again. And so I repeat myself and I say, Christian, I am not comfortable with this. Please stop. I would like to go do my job now. Somebody is going to see this, and this is not okay. I walked away, and within an hour, right after that, he ended up leaving the building. Within an hour of him leaving, he texted me saying, I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry. That won't happen again. And that didn't happen again. But then after that, I started to be treated unfairly. I absolutely loved that job. I thrived in that job. I felt like I did really great. I loved the customers, the regulars, but um, the person that owns that restaurant completely destroyed that job that I had. And then they tried to take it away from me because of actions that they did, and made me so uncomfortable and unwelcome that it was to the point that I had to leave. And he made sure to legally go about it in a way that he didn't fire me, but he did everything he could to make sure that I didn't want to come back. And ever since that day, I didn't go back. I've never gone back. Um, I mean, when I think about his presence there, his time there, I mean, he really wasn't there a lot. And so that's why, when he would message me, like he would show up right before closing. He would deal with the money stuff and all that. I mean, and I worked almost every day, all the time. And so I would see him come evening time when everybody's cleaning up. And so then by the time I'm getting home and settled, and then I'm thinking that he's snapping me something, writing something, I was naive. I was young. I mean, and to this day, as a 30-year-old woman, I still find myself, you know, in naive moments and until I realize, hey, no, these things aren't okay. When people do things like this, um, I kind of I tried to speak up about it. I told managers about it. I told every single employee in that building about it, and nothing was done. Um, I felt like I was shamed and judged, and I didn't even do anything. Um, I don't know that what he did to me has absolutely traumatized me. And I know for a fact that he's done it to other people before me and after me. And there's no telling to which extent that he's done these things. And everybody needs to know what he is capable of and keep themselves safe and just be careful. Watch their children, their daughters, their every yourself. I mean, even a grown woman. He's not safe to be around. He's not. No. Um, I don't know. Maybe I missed something. If you have some questions, but um, that's that's well, for the most part the gist of. Oh well, I mean, I guess I can talk about specifically in detail. So it, after he exposed himself to me, and then sent the text that it would never happen again, things died down a lot. As in, like, he didn't message me anymore. He wasn't snapping me, anything like that. Even at work, he would barely even look at me. He wouldn't say much at all. In a sense, almost avoid eye contact, avoided anything, even if it was work related. I mean, started avoiding everything pertaining to me and work. Um, well, it got to a point that it was causing problems for me doing my job. I was voicing all of these things, hey, I'm trying to get in touch with Christian about this, or I'm trying to get answers about this from Christian about this, and I can't get any answers. Can, another manager answer me on this? And I guess I started fussing about it so much and complaining about it so much that that's whenever it was one day I walked in the kitchen and they said, "Hey, I need you to come outside." Christian said, "I need you to come outside for a moment." I said, "Okay." I went outside. Um, and wait, puppy, no. Um, I I went outside and to that little back area, and it was April, the kitchen manager, and Derek, the other manager, and his wife, and Christian. And he explained that he had a come to Jesus moment, and that he has told his wife what has occurred. Hey, baby, please, 5 more minutes. He told his wife what has occurred, and that his wife is no longer she no longer feels comfortable in their place of business. And so, due to that fact, and what has happened, he was not going to fire me, but he highly, highly suggested that I find another job. He then contacted pretty much everyone that he knew, um, that had businesses or anything like that, job opportunities, and even showed me on his phone these people that he reached out to trying to get me a job so that I could leave that job. Um, and that continued for from the time that meeting happened until I left and quit was about 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I mean, the only time that he did acknowledge me or say anything was to ask me how my job search was going, and and to just pretty much get an update on how everything was and when I would be leaving that job. Um, and then I further spoke with the other manager, Derek, and asked what specifically that meeting even meant. I said, I'm so confused. I don't understand. You know, he's not firing me, but highly suggesting I leave. Does this mean, you know, I won't get any more? What does this mean specifically? And then he specifically stated, well, this means you will not get any more raises. You will not get any promotions. The talk of you becoming a manager in the new building, you will not be a manager. You will stay right where you are until you finally leave. And something that I didn't even remember all these years until all this has come back up is after that meeting was over, outside with his wife and the other two managers and himself, he then told me that I needed to apologize to his wife for what has occurred and for making her so uncomfortable and feel unwelcome in their place of business. And so I did. Um, I looked her in the face and I told her I was sorry. Um, I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, but I had four adults in my face standing there telling me that basically I was the problem, because my boss couldn't control himself. Um, and so yeah, that's for the most part, in my experience, what I can remember. Daddy, Mama, I want to see Daddy.
And how old were you at the time?
This was in 2019. My daughter was 2. I was 23.
And just walk me through the emotions you feel when you look back on this experience.
My heart sinks, honestly. Um, my entire chest just feels so tight, and I um I honestly I lose my breath. Um, there is no words, honestly, to explain the emotion that comes with all of this. I'm still, all these years later, trying to understand and process it, but it's a lot of emotion. It's a lot of hurt. Um, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of, I don't, I mean, just there is just, it's trauma. It's traumatizing. It's no feeling that I want any other girl to experience again. And I know I'm not the only one right now that's experiencing this. And I want to prevent this from ever happening again. If we can just let everybody know and warn them of the person running that business, who they really are, because he has a lot of people fooled. The money, the contacts, I don't know what it is and what it boils down to, but I'm so glad that this is coming out, and if I'm the one to be the one to speak up on it, to save some of these other girls from having to speak on it publicly, so be it. But I really hope that these girls find the strength to be able to come forward. And if not, I hope that they are able to get the help and healing that they need to be able to move past this.
Yeah, and thank you so much again for sharing your story. You're doing a really great job so far, so thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
And do you need a moment? Do you want to take a second? You don't need to
Uh,
go?
I'm okay. I just need to take a deep breath. That's all. I'm forgetting to breathe.
You're doing great. You're doing great. And if I were to ask you about the type of man you think Christian Judy is, what would you tell me?
um, he's a phony. I mean, he's. I can't even think of the words. He wears a mask throughout the day, but there's another a face that he hides, and only a select few see that side. Um, he seems like a very upstanding Christian man, but behind closed doors, there's a lot of darkness and a lot of evil and a lot of hurt. And all of that has caused a lot of hurt for others.
And I'm not sure if you saw, but he ended up taking to social media to post an apology. If you've seen it, what do you think of the post?
I think I think it's a joke, honestly. To I mean, I don't even understand what in his right mind would possess him to sit there and say the things that he did, admit the stuff that he did. I mean, and people who still are supporting him at this after all of this. I mean, it it doesn't matter the excuses made, because at the end of the day, I know the excuses given to me 7 years ago, and it's the same exact ones. The alcohol, the I need to find God, I'm getting help. It's been 7 years. And so, um, I'm sorry, 1 second.
Take your time, please.
Take them to go in take them in another room. Take them out immediately. This is being recorded. Take them out. Um, it seems like he's in some pathetic way. I mean, I don't even know. Taking accountability to an extent that he thinks will still allow this to, he wants this to just, after a couple weeks, be dismissed, and everybody's going to forget about it, stop talking about it. Oh, what does it matter anymore? I mean, at the end of the day, if this place stays open and people still eat there, fine. But what I need people to know is that they just need to be careful around him. And if they had daughters working there, be careful. And the people that have worked there or have experiences in this, they're not wrong. They're not imagining this. It happened. I'm sure it happened because it happened to me. And um, even the end part about the NDA. I mean, the fact that he's going to talk about my NDA, it's not even an NDA, it's a conciliation agreement. Those are, if I Googled it, if you look them up, they have two different meanings, two complete different meanings. And the fact that he allowed me all this time to believe that it was an NDA is wild in itself. But I mean, I do blame myself for not looking into it sooner and finding the right people to talk to really understand what this agreement actually meant. Because um, I mean, I I just it's baffling. It's just baffling. All of it's baffling to sit there and talk about the EEOC, how they didn't take statements, they refused statements, they refused affidavits. That's wrong. They took statements from every single person. And they chose the ones that had the most evidence, the most proof, the most whatever it was. It was real. It was truthful. It was all facts. And I mean, those people were not named. I'm not going to sit here and name them again, but they have statements. There's two, I think maybe even three actually that they used in that situation. Just because they didn't use the statements and affidavits of people that he's paid off as well, or that are basically enablers at this point. They know what he's doing. They've been there 20 some years. I've told them what he did, and all this has come out, and I'm sure other girls have told these managers. I mean, and nobody's done anything. So, and then he thinks that he can just dismiss all of this with a sorry post on Facebook, basically saying to Kayla, "Hey, what I did to you was wrong, but I've been working on myself, and nothing has happened since. All these girls are just liars, and the ones that aren't. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. And then to dismiss what happened to me at the end of the day, he doesn't even like. He tries making it about how I guess it wasn't factual. I don't know what his reasoning is and excuses for the stuff with the NDA. I mean, or my this so with my agreement. I mean, the stuff in there is very specific. It's very detailed, and it has that much detail for a reason because it happened that way. Um, and to just dismiss it, I mean, that's it's shameful. It's sad. It's it makes me angry, but I try not to give him my anger. I pray on it, and I focus on just the facts. I mean, the facts are he's a predator, and he's even acknowledged it now publicly that he is a predator. And whether or not he seeks the help or any help that he seeks can help his problem, I don't know, but he is not safe to be around. And his post itself says that. He says he is not safe to be around. But he has enough money, and it's everyone wants to just take a little bit of money or excuse them, look at who he is. Hey, he goes to church. Let's just excuse it and dismiss everything that he's done to me and all these girls. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's crazy to think that.
I suppose my last question would be, what would be your advice to other young women considering working at Duke's Barbecue, or even those who are thinking of considering to still patronize the business?
If you want to go eat food there, go for it. Whatever. I really think it'd be best if we all stand together and avoid this place until he can step down, until somebody else comes in and buys it out, somebody not even related to this family, because it seems to be a family issue. Um, and to anyone that is thinking of ever working there, anyone that has worked there before, just stay away from it. Um, we're a lot better off just staying away. Don't give it your time of day. Don't give it a chance. Um, if you have worked there in the past, and I mean, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. And I hope that we all can find healing and peace in this. Anybody that's currently working there now, I'm praying for you. Um, I'm honestly kind of scared for you. But I just hope that these girls are okay. I hope that they're going to find a way to be safe away from him. And I mean, I just hope that we can all find some peace in all of this, and that um, something is done so that he is not in the position to do this to employees of all things ever again, all people. Um, I'm sorry. I feel like this is such a crappy response. My head is all over the place. My emotions are everywhere. Um, this is just a lot. I mean, it's been a lot. And within 48 hours of everything coming out, I slept hardly any. I mean, it's taken so much of a toll on me. I can only imagine the other women and girls that it's taking a toll on right now. And if anybody does go work there, even after all this, don't let him text you. Don't let him add you. He doesn't need to add you on social media. There's no need for it. Don't let him make you feel like maybe you did something wrong because you didn't and you haven't. He goes about these things in ways that you find yourself questioning yourself, and we're not the problem. So just don't forget that.